Huggle! Aloha! Ba 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 ba. Another pleasant valley Sunday with charcoal burning everywhere. Rows of houses that are all the same, and no one seems to care. Hi everybody, this is one of them live stream things, which means once I started, they send out notifications. And it takes a little while for the notifications to reach people's devices and for them to appear in part of the hive mind chat for the live stream, like Rakow! And like Rakow and Joseph Ward have. So I'm kind of just stalling before we get into it. This is a big one. This is a big one. Remember, Embody, this show is brought to you by the Shadow Cabal of production executives. And you have a shadow. You could feed it. Jay, welcome. Oh, hi. So I should get started. But since I want to stall and not get started, I'm just going to read something that I liked reading. It's I'll put a link. Let me do it now so I don't forget. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if I've already read this on a live stream, to be honest with you. But nobody told me they remembered it. So wait, I can't edit the description while I'm live? What? Oh, how embarrassing! All right then. We'll just here. Yes, I want more. The thing I'm going to read for you now while I'm stalling, hey, Saint Sartori, is what does Tim Shell mean? And why should you care? It's on the on the blog post of whiskeyandwords.com. Oh, I have to click over here. There we go. What does Tim Shell mean? Before you can understand what Tim Shell means, it is important to recognize one essential fact. Words have power. And here on the Grim Grizz live stream on the YouTube channel, we give you savings throws against the mind control that is those powerful words. I'm glad the blog reminded me. You get to choose survival, social, wisdom, or heart. And then I roll, and if it's over 10, you take half damage from the mind control. And this is Master Rhetorician Jordan B. Peterson. You know, he's got almost virtually 33 degrees, just the same way we're virtually not alone right now. So you choose survivalists with a nat 20, and you got... I gotta say, I played D&D last night, and these dice don't usually do nat 20s. So your survivalists are doing well. Socialists, 9. That means you only need a bonus of 1 to your savings throw to get the 10 for half damage, and you get bonuses like that for being in the hive mind chat and the commenting. There's a whole system. Sophists with a 17. Prime, you're doing fine. Heart folks, also 17. Prime, doing fine. Back to this. Sorry. Words are the closest thing humans will ever experience to actual magic. Words have the power to transport us to Hogwarts, Narnia, and Westeros. Words can not only break a heart, but more importantly, heal it. Words allow us to cultivate and spread both new and old ideas. In short, words allow us an endless opportunity to practice magic in our everyday lives. Okay, that's that's plenty stalling, really. We can get to the Peterson part now, guys. How are you doing? How are you doing? You need survival. You survive. Wow. Wow, Joseph. You needed survival to pop off in a nat 20, bro. That's the universe being there for you, I think. Okay, so here's the story. There I was. So there I was, guys. There, like this, like this. There I was, feeding my energy, attention, and, all of my cognitive powers into the cluster owned by BlackRock and such that is Twitter. And I saw that Pastor Paul Vanderklay over here, that way, over there, Pastor Paul over there, he was live tweeting pictures from the Thunder Bay event happening now in Canada. And then also my YouTube thing said, hey, there's a new Jordan Peterson crap. And I said, what? A manifesto? And I was like, oh no, poor Pastor Paul will not be able to cover it because he's in the Thunder Bay. Whatever will he do? And I was like, I got you, bro. And so I tagged him, and then I come back from the shed only to discover that 10 minutes ago me has committed me to doing coverage of this Peterson Manifesto. So now here we have wait, no, that's not what we called it. What do we call it? The reacts to Papa Peterson's Manifesto. Remember, everybody, there is no agency. It's just us LARPing. We want what's best for you. Okay, so that's how it happened. And the reason this says agitprop is because the first thing I thought to myself when I came back and saw what I had done was like, hey, remember that video you made? I was like, what video I made? That one? Oh, yes. This one.
There is this elite contempt. And to some degree, it was associated with the political class. But on further analysis, it's not the political class. Right. It's the chattering literati, the chattering educated literati. And I actually happen to think that that's the case. That
are we taking this agitprop at face value instead of mocking it, clowning it, and basically rendering the tool impotent? These are not.
So I remembered that video I had made, and I was like, Grim, you don't really even know what agitprop means. And I was like, shh. Well, so now I thought I'd look it up as part of the stream. Are you guys ready for our knowledge quest? Does anybody already know in the hive mind what agitprop means? Can you say it before I find it? Let's go! This is how you search the internet. Oh, sorry. Russian. It's from Russian. It refers to an intentional, vigorous promulgation of ideas. The term originated in Soviet Russia, where they had a bunch of paintings that Jordan Peterson liked, and it referred to popular media. Popular media. And now, a conservative manifesto, part 1. The Grim Grizz reacts. I skipped the first minute where he explains why he's reading it, because we gave him so much shit about not being spontaneous.
And so anyways, this is a metaphysical inquiry. And so what might that mean?
A metaphysical inquiry?
You can think about levels of profundity. At the base, the most profound ideas are theological, for better or worse, by definition.
Boys, I think we're going to need Miriam straight direct. Miriam! Miriam! Come here. What's the word of the day, babe? Dumbass? Boyfriend. Philly. Look, top lookups. His boyfriend is a dumbass in Philly. Loquacious. Profundity. Levels of profundity. Intellectual depth. And the word of the day is laconic.
Laconic.
What's that mean? Someone who uses few words in speech or writing. Jordan Peterson is not laconic.
Kind, caring people who care about your grandma in your neighborhood. These are power-hungry sociopaths who will
because they deal with what's eternal and sacred. On top of that is a metaphysical foundation, and that's where philosophy lies. And then out of that emerges such things as normative communication and social policy and normative discourse. And so this is a long ways down the hierarchy towards the foundation, but it's time for a discussion of foundational principles. Part of the culture war that's raging around us is, in fact, an argument about cultural fundamentals. And so, have
you talked to CAA about what they're doing to make the most of these arguments of fundamentals?
I'm going to read this. Now, it's long and it's difficult, and I have to read it because it's pushing the limits of my cognitive ability, and I had to...
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're here live as Jordan Peterson has pushed the limits of his cognitive ability, and I'm here with you.
Write it. I can't do it spontaneously. It's too complex. And so I hope you'll bear with me and you'll find it useful. I suspect it will require several listenings for people who are really committed to it. And you can choose.
That's code word to listen to it over and over until it seeps in your mind and replaces your own thought. Notice the pyramid and the earthen figure he has trapped inside it over his shoulder.
To be committed to it or not, as you see fit. So I'm going to launch into it. And it's titled, as I said, A Conservative Manifesto.
All right, he explains the title for 5 minutes,
Introduction. A profound crisis of meaning currently afflicts, destabilizes, and demoralizes the sovereign citizens of the West and the social institutions upon which we depend. That crisis has increased.
Bro. A profound crisis of meaning currently afflicts, destabilizes, and demoralizes the sovereign citizens of the West and the social institutions upon which we depend. That crisis has increasingly spread to the remainder of the world's people, generating confusion and sowing distrust, producing a counterproductive discord like the notification we just heard on the Grim Grizz live stream. Hey, everybody! Hemingway is laconic, says Joseph Ward. Thank you all for joining me here today. I know it's not pleasant to deal with this level of rhetorician, but I am trying to make it as enjoyable as possible for you. I hope I am doing well, and I hope I am pleasing the Shadow Cabal. Oh, wait, you go. You
reign over, producing a counterproductive discord in place of the peaceful voluntary cooperation and competition that could instead reign over and unite us.
What would you like to reign over and unite us?
That could instead, in place of the peaceful voluntary cooperation and competition, that could instead reign over.
Peaceful cooperation and competition reigning over us. I gotta say, Papa Peterson, I think we should have love reign over us, like the song from the World Health Organization.
And unite us. That crisis is, in the first place, the consequence of a corrosive doubt sowed, not least, by the careless intellect regarding the value of the principles of value.
Whoa, all right, stop. Hey, everybody. I have for us this. I think we should put this on a onesie. This is from a darling in the community, a lobstamonkee logo. But I think it'll make easier for everyone involved, right? If we kind of have, just a little bongo. Yes, it's one of those divide and conquer thingies, Uncle. That is correct. What? Joseph Ward is saying weird things in the chat. Should he be banned? What's going on over there? I can't. Here we go. Where are we at? Sorry.
In action, intellect. That crisis is, in the first place, the consequence of a corrosive doubt sowed, not least.
Okay, so we have a doubt over here that has been sold. Not least, they don't own it anymore, they've sold it.
By the careless intellect. Regarding the value of the principles of value, aim, and action.
Regarding the value of the principles of value, aim, and action. Okay, so there is a thing called value aim. We'll call that value aim arrow blue. This is value aim here. Okay? Now, my mouse is not cooperating. My value aim is shaky. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Now we have this value aim here. And regarding the value of the value aim, like you think it's shaky and not worth much, right? You've been sold this doubt about the value of the value aim. I think we're all on board, Papa. Let's go. The value of the value aim. Okay.
That have heretofore inspired, guided, and stabilized us. That crisis.
That have heretofore inspired, guided, and stabilized us. The shaky blue arrow, up until now, has been so valuable to us. But now, you have been sold doubt of the value of the shaky blue arrow. And that
is, in the second place, the consequence of the historically unprecedented realization of our ignorance about the ultimate source, nature, and reality of those principles.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Guided. The consequence of the historically unprecedented realization of our ignorance about the ultimate source, nature.
Oh, we don't know. And for the first time in the history of humanity, we're admitting we don't know. It is the birth of wisdom. Roll your savings through. No, we already did that. It's way at the front. You guys did great, though.
And reality of those principles, and our resultant inability to formulate and communicate a clear moral justification for their existence. That crisis is...
Whoa, all right, hold on. Oh, one more time. Sorry, folks.
In the realization of our ignorance about the ultimate source, nature, and reality of those principles, and our resultant inability to formulate and communicate a clear moral justification.
Guys, I don't know how to tell you why having the blue arrow makes everything better. I don't know how to tell you. And now I can't make a case for the blue arrow. So you're going to go out there and live your lives without the blue arrow. And that's just going to take the whole society down. Fuck, man. Remember, everybody. Oh, wow, that's too loud. Remember, everybody. There is no agency. We want what's best for you. What, are you guys saying things over there? What's it say? Hey, much love, everybody. He should boil it down to a row of emojis. The manifesto. If you can't express your manifesto in the row of emojis, how do you expect to communicate with the youth being programmed by the matrix system? How? If you can't even hieroglyphic your own I mean, you can at least do it in a series of GIFs, right? GIFs. Mice are known to be rebellious geniuses. I think it's sewed too, not sold. But I think he said sold, but it was sewn. Rakow, you're correct. You check my tweets. I have to. Satori says check them. I can check my notifications. Paintball for Jesus, everybody! Hey, look. These guys went out in the forest and shot each other like men do. And I am so very proud of all of them. And apparently, everyone survived with no cardiac issues. And I heard even someone got Pajau in the head. And he's fine. But condolences to that guy's family. You didn't know any better. What other tweet checking do you need from me, sir? Oh, this is it. This is Sartori's official response to the Papa Peterson Manifesto as featured on his friend Grimm's show. A conservative manifesto? No way. A Christian manifesto, baby. Love your neighbor as yourself, bro. Hurry up. Hurry up. All right. Okay, so we kind of need to keep going through this Jordan Peterson stuff, right? But I kind of need a video break. So, what I'm going to do is look up Bishop Barron Summum Bonum and play it while I run away. And where is it, Chris? Why does that not come? Do I have to put your name in it to find it? That's poor marketing. Pet cow. Did you never sign with a label or something, bro? Here it is. Enjoy.
Well, kids, here we go with Bishop Barron's fancy hit, Summum Bonum.
That logo is called The Meaning of Music.
Can I just jump in? The mind and the intelligible form light up each other. Light up each other. Each one illumines the other. So the objectively valuable addresses me. It rearranges me. It rearranges me. It's turned me upside down. Down. What was the first song that rocked your world, changed you, that rearranged your consciousness, like a Rolling Stone? Rock my world, rock my world, rock my world. Summum bonum. Yeah, there's a summum bonum. Rock my world. Summum bonum. That really gets interesting. Summum bonum is this rock my world. It rearranges me. It's summum bonum breaking into my reluctant and recalcitrant consciousness. Summum bonum, bring it to the religious level. It's not you who've chosen me, it's I who've chosen you. And it's not you who've chosen me, it's I who've chosen you. And summum bonum, not you who've chosen me. Summum bonum, revelation. Summum revelation. Stunning objectivity, the good confronts us, changes us, and it doesn't let us go. And stunning objectivity, the good confronts us, changes us, and it doesn't let us go. And light up each other. Light up each other. Doesn't let us go. And light up each other. Summum bonum. Light up each other. Revelation. It's turned me upside down. What was the first song that rocked your world? Rocked your world. Summum bonum. Like summum bonum. Yeah, there's a summum bonum. Rock my world. Summum bonum. It really gets interesting. It really gets.
Hi, I'm Grimgris, and today I'm doing now the Muggle lie. There's no such thing as Muggles. everybody has the wizard inside because words are magic. And we all... Oh no. Okay. You're not a muggle because words are magic. By lying to you and convincing you're a muggle, you're being put under a spell which makes you think you're a muggle and limits your potential and your actuation. Activation? There's the big muggle lie. And what it does is it creates a bubble of shared experience, because the more people believe in a thing, the more persistent it is without active belief. Like, I can believe in a thing for only so long and then I have to go to sleep. But if another person believes in it, then it can the integrity of reality can be maintained through multiple dreams because we've clumped together under the spell of different mind control. So we exist in a pocket of intelligibility. That guy is so full of it, you shouldn't listen to him. Hey everybody, Chris Pacao is in the house right after some mumbonum. Mom, please don't walk in right now. I don't know what effect your song had on Joseph Ward there, Pacao, but it might be disturbing. We're going through it's Grim Grit Reacts to Papa Peterson's Manifesto on this special edition because I told Pastor Paul I'd do it. Holy smokes, my notifications got blown up by Satori over there. But I told Pastor Paul I would do this, and now we're doing it. We're this far along, right? I do it up here. So far, if you're just tuning in, you've missed a cloud of doubt about the integrity of the Blue Arrow has been sold, not leased to us. And that's where we're at in the story. And here we go. Back to a conservative manifesto analysis. Grim Grizz reacts. We're unable to formulate and communicate a clear moral justification for our love of the Blue Arrow at this point. Yes, yes, Bong Hall. You don't have to be able to spell the spell. You can just say, you can use your mouth hole.
Existence. That crisis is in the third place, the consequence of the presumptuous, premature, and finally narrowly self-serving insistence arising from that doubt and ignorance.
Holy shit. All right. This takes more than once, guys, but you know, we're in it together. Virtually not alone, like the bubble. We're here. This is us. It's you guys and me. We're going through it together. So it's not so hard because we're a team. Right, but under the bubble. No, I said under the bubble. There you go.
For their existence. That crisis is in the third place, the consequence of the presumptuous, premature, and finally narrowly self-serving insistence arising from that doubt and ignorance.
Okay.
That nothing but the will to power.
There, we got quite a development, ladies and gentlemen. If you pay close enough attention, and you kind of have to, we have a very interesting development here. What we have here
that crisis is in the
Yeah, we don't have to hear it again. The consequence of the presumptuous, premature, and finally narrowly self-serving. Okay, so we're getting an insistence emerging from the cloud of doubt that is narrow and presumptuous. All right, are you ready? It's narrow. Oh, it's kind of narrow, and this thing is what's it doing, Papa? Self-serving, and it's an insistence arising from the doubt and ignorance. It's presumptuous and premature. Okay. So it's presumptuous and premature and arising from the cloud of doubt. Like this. It's arising. Okay?
That nothing but the will to power, the willingness and desire to dominate and exploit, power rising from that doubt and ignorance, that nothing but the will to power, the willingness and desire to dominate and exploit, motivates all individual perceptions and actions and gives rise to and maintains all social institutions. That crisis is, finally, use of the frustration and resentment that necessarily arises when doubt, ignorance, and intellectual pride combine to demonize, divide, and exploit, to insist upon an impossible and final conceptual certitude, and to demand recognition of a false and unearned moral virtue. That crisis.
That whole thing, man, that's pretty intense. But I think, I don't know, what are your thoughts, Hive Mind? How is the best this last part, this
Manifest.
What do we call it? Where the frustration and resentment that necessarily arises when doubt, ignorance, and intellectual pride combine. We have doubt, ignorance, and it's like, all right, basically, I gotta tell you a story now. Once upon a time, there was a guy who discovered a thing called invisible ink. We will call this person Lemon Face. Okay? Lemon Face went out thinking that if he rubbed the lemon on his face, he would be invisible. And then he robbed the store. And then the psychologists, the doctor folk that examined Lemon Face, were named Dunning and Kruger. And so now a bunch of people who think they're smart and have heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is this ignorance, intellectual pride, and whatever combined, they call it, or they drop it in conversation like they're smart. And it's the same thing as them putting the lemon on their face, because it's a demonstration of the
to insist upon an impossible and final conceptual certitude, and to demand recognition of a false and unearned moral virtue. That crisis manifests itself in the idolatrous battles, simultaneously petty and terrible, that currently divide our world, in the disputes about identity that lead astray and render hopeless, in the stoking of suspicion between men and women, in the insistence that enmity must divide black, brown, and white, in the
I don't. How long was the part there was no sound? That's all. I mean, I understand there's a part now that exists. How long and embarrassing was it? Is the thing. Was it that whole spiel? It was a good spiel with the lemon face. Like the whole lemon face spiel was muted. Hey, Josh. Okay. Well, we're. Man, this is a lot to go through, you know. I think we've made a lot of progress with this whole the power phallus of Osiris bit, right? Like we're following along pretty good, I think. So, but wow, Chris, you got something like 3 or 4 minutes that I can drop and like go shed and come back, cause yeah, Jason, it's embarrassing. But the part of the thing is me being able to be up here and not be embarrassed for myself makes other people, like, it helps them be more confident and come on and you know. So, all right, where are we at, Papa? Oh dear. We can do this together. Okay. Remember, embody. We're embodying virtually not alone, like an army of lobster monkeys. Where it's what I would like, honestly, is like if I had been successful in corralling the attention and building the lobster monkey army the way I envisioned in my head, right? I would be like, ooh, at this new video, and then like a score of monkeys would just tear apart all his stupid arguments, and yet we're at this point in the development, so we just have to believe in ourselves and each other, and the lobster monkey future. Hey, Jelena, thank you, Chris. Chris has provided us what he thinks is suitable shed entertainment. Recalibrate if you need to, folks. This is serious mind control. I'll give everybody fresh savings throws when we get back. Oh, this never works. Grabbing links from the chat never works. Because the studio's in there.
She can't see that she stands before a king. She should ask for something immeasurably better than she can imagine. This is a formidable woman. She may be shut out of the shadow matriarch of Sychar, and Jesus enjoys her strength. Jesus enjoys debating with her and bantering back and forth with her. She's standing up. She's wrestling with him in a certain way, in a certain way, in a certain way. Jesus makes strong people stronger. Are you a real son of Jacob? But whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to the life of the age to come, of the age to come, of the age to come. The water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to the life of the age to come. Just talking with him, wrestling with him verbally, engaging him is making her stronger, making her stronger, making her stronger. He's expanding her imagination. He's stretching her. He's growing her. The water I give them will become in them a spring of water to imagine a better world and seek it if you wish to receive it and to live in it. King, believe it. Stand up strong. The water I give them will become in them to imagine a better world for the age to come, for the age to come. The woman said to him, Sir, okay, thirsty Jewish smarty pants, you've got my attention now. Put up or shut up. Show me this water. Don't confuse me for a charlatan salesman of cheap, slothy hopes. Believe me, a time is coming when you will Samaritans worship what you do not know. Yet a time is coming and has now come. Yet a time is coming and has now come when the true worshipers will worship the Father in the Spirit and in truth. In the Spirit and in truth. I know that Messiah, called Christ, is coming. When he comes, he will explain everything to us. Then Jesus declared, I, the one who is speaking to you, I am he. For the age to come, for the age to come. The water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to the life of the age to come. To the life of the age to come, from the age to come. Aging him is to the life of the age to come, from the age to come. He's expanding her imagination.
Oh yeah, baby, expanding her imagination. Thanks, Chris Patkow, for giving me cover song as we go through this manifesto of Jordan Peterson's, because I told Pastor Paul I'd do it. Welcome, everybody. There's one more thing I want to get through to everybody on the last set of savings throws, and that's this here. Okay, so there's this thing called the law of confusion. It's kind of a pearls before swine thing, and so if this is not for you, just let it float on by over your head. You guys all made your savings throws mostly, but the Pope is doing a bank run. He's recalling, like, the Vatican, the financial Vatican network is contracting like a sphincter into the Vatican bank. So if you know any smart people that are tuned into stuff. Have them. What's their opinion on that? Bring it to the monkeys. I'm very curious. But now, remember, embody. Remember, embody. You're in a body. Breathe like this. Watch it go. You're in the body. Remember. We're going to do some savings throws and then go through some more Jordan Peterson. Savings throws is we're dealing with high-level rhetorician magic mind control. This is a reminder to you and a permission slip to your consciousness to be aware that what you're being exposed to is mind control, and you choose between survival, social wisdom, or heart to participate and gain participatory knowledge of having a savings throw. So choose either survival, social, wisdom, or heart as the basis for your savings throw. Survivalists, people who chose survival, got a 10. You've made your savings throw. Half damage from this mind control. Socialists, also with a 10. You're doing great. Sophists, lovers of wisdom, 19. That's 2 9s worth. And heart folks with the 15. The 3 of us and times 5 and double or nothing survival. You still made it. You made it. The expander imagination. That's a euphemism. Euphemism means like they make you use girly words. All right, now back to the mind control. Where are we at, Papa Peterson? Where are we at in this nonsense?
The subject is simultaneously petty and terrible that currently divide our world. In the disputes about identity that lead astray and render hopeless. In the stoking of...
Jeez. Where we're at in the power phallus of Osiris scenario is that the identity thing is the power phallus of Osiris says to you that what's powerful is the way the who's and what's of who gets to have sexual ingress with you. Like, what's your flavor? Who do we sell you to? The people who, like, please label yourself in a manner that we can market you to people who want to. And I think that's what he's on about here. We'll see.
And that unearned moral virtue. That crisis manifests itself in the idolatrous battles, simultaneously petty and terrible, that currently divide our world. In the disputes about identity that lead astray and render hopeless. In the stoking of suspicion between men and women. In the insistence that enmity must divide black, brown, and white. In the subjugation of the education.
Well, we can't just let them use all them fancy words and swallow them down. So, let's go check in with Miriam. What does enmity mean there, Miriam? A positive, active, and typically mutual. We don't like each other.
Enmity.
Okay. I felt like we learned now.
That should enlighten to the ideologies that possess. In the cycle of accusation that threatens the trust upon which peace and prosperity necessarily depends. And in the panic.
The cycle of accusation is the embodiment of the accuser.
Anti-human, apocalyptic doomsaying that undermines the spirit of our sons and daughters.
Whoa, sir. Sir. Our apocalyptic doomsaying is to welcome in the coming of the Lord with the construction of the third temple and the red heifers. We're accelerationists because we want Jesus to get here. We're great. We're not bad guys.
What can those of us who attempt to abide by and manifest a courageous faith in the traditional values of our past offer in such times? Not the thoughtless and instrumental appeal to cynicism and bitterness associated with the insistence that our social and political institutions are fundamentally unreliable, corrupt, and untrustworthy. Not.
Well, sir, you know, this part here, where you're, no, here, this part.
Bitterness. Not the thoughtless and instrumental appeal to cynicism and bitterness associated with the insistence that our social and political institutions are fundamentally unreliable.
No, see, what that insistence is, sir, is a call for reckoning. You're like, there's that thing is infested. We can't just pretend it's not infested. But I digress.
Corrupt and untrustworthy.
Okay. I still digress. The answer to the corruption, right? Two things. You take machine learning, all right? Ooh, the edge of technology. What do we add to it to make the reckoning? What is reckoning? Reckoning is an accounting term. So let's take forensic accounting and machine learning and see where the money's been going. Have a little reckoning? Okay, I'm done. That's it, I'm done. This is the stream, everybody. Remember, everybody, I do this because of the Shadow Cabal.
Not the harsh and condemnatory exhortation or demand to accept and uphold a moral code noteworthy only for its joylessness, sterility, and tendency to forbid and...
Why, yes, Federucci, he did use the term sovereign citizen on purpose, but that part of the spell is like a good meh from here. And you didn't have the social respect for the situation to determine where we were in this thing before you jumped up with your little bone to pick. So go to the corner.
And damn, instead, the confident and forthright transmission of the abandoned eternal verities to all of those.
Whoa, the abandoned eternal verities? What the fuck is a verity, Papa Peterson? Nobody knows what the fuck a verity, the quality of or state of being true or real. My verity is laconic. Actually, I think my verity is nigh impeccable.
Those who currently wander, thirst, and starve in their absence. What are the values of paramount importance to the conservative temperament currently crying out for rediscovery?
Temperament, he notes, because that establishes a touch base with his personality research expertise. Like the Big Five study, where he's got... Remember how he got all those Peterson fanboys to go to understandingmyself.com and like tell their deepest, most personal details about their personality and put it in a large database he has access to and won't let me query?
Reconsideration and discussion. An inevitably incomplete but crucially necessary list might include humility, liberty, autonomy, truth, agency, identity, merit, responsibility, tradition, community, stewardship, justice, and unity.
Why, look, everybody, it's a horseshoe. Woo! Liberty, autonomy, truth, agency, identity, responsibility, tradition, community, stewardship. This community stewardship that's clearly leftist in inserts. That's a leftist insert. We don't believe in community or stewardship around here, buddy. That's lefty shit. Oh.
To that list might be profitably appended a set of propositions about
Profitably appended propositions, Papa Peterson. Oh my.
the true nature and source of absolute privation, the inevitability of economic inequality, and the practical realities of the individual competence upon which psychological integrity and social contract equally and mutually depend.
What are you sliding in there, sir? I feel like you're sliding something in there. Do you guys feel it? Do you feel a little...
The inevitability of economic inequality.
Oh, they're gonna be poor people.
And the practical realities of the individual competence.
Ah, the practical realities of individual competence.
Upon which psychological integrity and social contract equally and mutually depend.
So that's we've identified his hobby horse, ladies and gentlemen.
Integrity and qualities of the individual.
The practical realities of individual competence. What does that look like? The practical realities that we need a graphical representation of the practical realities of individual competence. And that's okay. So what does he say? I'll pull the hive mind because Jay is just laughing over there. The practical realities of individual competence are, you fuckers are, you know, it's really unprofessional. I am really unprofessional. I profess I'm unprofessional. I must be unprofessional or I am not professed properly. So you're incompetent. And the practical reality of your incompetence is that the robots have rendered you useless because we don't really need you breeder folk anymore. So that's the practical reality of your competence problem is you can't learn fast enough. Like when I was growing up, we abandoned our elders because they were too stupid to program a VCR. It's the fractal iteration of that. Like it's on a massive scale, bigger. We don't need you anymore. Here, take it.
Individual competence upon which psychological integrity and social contract equally and mutually depend. Humility.
Right. So, you know, I'm glad of the way we discovered the power phallus lurking in the front part of this. He goes into all of those little virtues, horseshoe of virtue. I listened to it all already, so the reacts part isn't accurate. But there's only two sections I actually am interested in going through. The rest you can enjoy on your own, and if I don't cover it, Federecci's going to do one on the sovereign citizen bit. I can feel it coming. Euthanasia for incompetence is what's being pitched there, Sartori. Yeah. Just watch carefully. Where is the part I want? I want a part. It's not. What part is it? This is what it looks like when I search for a part. What's it like when you guys search for a part? Does anybody other than Pet Cow have a link to a song that they made? You know, like any work they could play? Responsibility. No, not that one. Oh dear. Oh look, I found it. Just like there's an agency guiding my hand when I don't get in the way.
The insistence that we are all most appropriately conceptualized at the level of the group, whether by sexual preference, race, gender, political belief, or ethnicity, provides the counter opportunity for conservatives to reestablish and reinforce the bedrock notion and principle of the sovereignty of the individual, which attributes to each person the capacity to advance and progress in the face of uncertainty, malevolence.
It's your own fault, agent. Okay. The reason I wanted to go over this part is because I was terribly disappointed that despite like working with Vervaeke, he didn't get that agency is a measure of capacity for care. And so in order to serve the agency, you increase the capacity of care of, like, your job is to increase the capacity of care. It's like versus Samsara or whatever, right? It's like I'm okay, you know those guys in North Korea, they have it really pretty rough, right? But I don't have the capacity to care about that. So you're providing me with useless information because it's beyond my if you increase my capacity for care by joining the shadow cabal of production executives and contributing to the Patreon and/or Substack. Okay. All right. Okay, everybody, that has been my coverage of the Jordan Peterson Papa Manifesto. Overall, I think that a debate about core cultural values is one that will benefit the public discourse. And so I would hope that what he gets is people playing along with a manifesto from their own position. Like, I would like to hear Sartori's A Christian Manifesto and a Jewish Manifesto, just the same way I would like everybody to participate in the Alien Salience Project, where you can explain what it's like to be a human to an alien on video like everybody else. That it's a playlist. You make a video and then you add yourself to the playlist. Here's the pitch. Hello, Internet. It is I, Griswold Gaius Grimm of the First LARP Ingression Protocol. I've been doing some projects on the side with the Hero Looking For group, and as such have been inspired to ask you or offer you an opportunity to participate in the Alien Salience Project. We live in trying and confusing times. The Alien Salience Project is an attempt to provide explanations of reality to visitors who might come from far different cultures than our own. So take 5 to 8 minutes of video of yourself explaining the reality to visitors who may come from, say, an underwater culture or something weird. So you have to start from the ground up about us being monkeys or whatever you think. So apparently, Sartori says he doesn't want to do his own Christian manifesto. He just wants to use this Francis Schaeffer fellas. Let's see. Here's the 5-minute clip version he's given us via the power of Twitter, brought to you by BlackRock.
Where have the Bible-believing Christians been? We shouldn't be surprised the liberal theologians have been no help. But where have we been? As we have changed to this other consensus and all the horrors and stupidity at the present moment has come down upon our culture. We must recognize that this country is close to being lost. Not first of all right. As our good man Jay Enns points out in the Hive Mind, our society, our country is close to being lost. That was in '82. That's when the raw material came out, guys, which is great stuff. I'd love to go over it with you. So yeah, the links in the Twitter thing, I might drop it later. Yes, you know, Chris, I can't allow criticism of haircuts or anything. Scruffy looking nerve herder, you know. So, yeah, I can't do any more Peterson. That's all I can do for the coverage, Paul. I did my best. I'm gonna finish out this Tim Show thing and call it a Saturn day.
Thanks, everybody, for helping me and everyone else feel virtually not alone together. And I hope that you do get a chance to be in the room with another human being and grab yourself some oxytocin. It takes 6 seconds of skin contact, according to that one lady's TED Talk. And it doesn't have to be sexual. You just hold hands a little too long. It'll do things for your brain. Oh yeah, I'm reading. Sorry. I thought I was just leaving. No, this is like really long. It's so long. Just drop the link, bro, and run. Drop the link, bro, and run. Drop the link, bro, and run. Happy Saturn Day, everybody.